Splashing a lot of red, including 12 of 27 from three-point range as the Warriors knock down 20 threes. Green is a positive sign when you're looking at a shot chart there, including all 9 points in a finishing 9-2 run to win this Game 5 and survive the series. Klay Thompson joins us here on set. I don't even know where to start. There was so much stuff tonight packed into this game. How would you describe what just happened?
Well, I'll start with saying that I got nothing, and as every NBA fan should have nothing but respect for Kevin Durant. For him to come out here, put his health on the line to try and help us win a championship shows you what kind of competitor he is. And it was very deflating after the game just because we're going to miss him. And it's not the same not being out there competing with him. I think anyone would be happy to have him on their team, but running out on the floor tonight, we had a new sense of confidence getting our guy back. So it hurt to see him go down because we know how much he cares and how much he wants to be out here. So I'll start with that.
You guys actually outscored them the final 9:46 of the second quarter by a point immediately after he left the game. Can you describe the range of emotions that you and your teammates went through immediately as he walks off the floor?
Yeah.
What is said? What's going through your mind?
I hope he's all right. I hope it wasn't as serious as it looked. God, it sucked because he was doing everything in rehab to get back. And he's just such a competitor. But Steve told us at halftime, we all went up, dapped up K, and he told us we still got a job to do. And the way he responded, and we kind of used it to do it for him. He told us to go out there and win this game, and we did the job.
You guys have been in this situation so many times over the years, and it starts back, with OKC. Being down, 3-1, and then you come back and you play well and you win the series, and then you lose one against Cleveland. So the experience factor that you brought to tonight's game, having lost a 3-1 and then won a 3-1, and now you're down 3-1 in the finals. How much did that experience help you coming into tonight's game?
Oh, it's huge. You saw we played with poise there, especially down the stretch. I don't think a young team would have been able to do that. Down 6, 3 minutes left, their ball. A lot of teams would have folded. But when you got the firepower we do, we're never out of it. So, like we've said before, we've seen it all. We've seen the 3-1 lead blown. We've come back from 3-1 lead. We've been down 3-2. So we're lucky to play 100-plus playoff games and see all of it because nothing really phases at this point. And we kind of go back to the Bay feeling like we got a free shot.
Yeah.
Klay, the game of basketball is really about momentum. And at that moment there where Kawhi hit 10 straight baskets, went on a 12-2 run, they got the lead, 3 minutes left. What was just going through your mind, personally, individually, and collectively as a team? Because it felt like they were kind of taking over there down the stretch, and obviously they didn't.
He was a beast there toward the end of the game, but we knew if it was going to be all on his shoulders, he was eventually going to get tired. And I think you saw in that short three-pointer he missed. And even on that last possession, Draymond did such a good job of coming to double, force it out of his hands, make someone else beat us. But I'm sorry, Grant, I kind of forgot what the question was.
I think you still answered it.
Yeah. Just the thought process.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, man, thought process.
No, so Andre came over doubled.
Yeah.
And then
it was Andre.
It was Andre, and then Draymond on the closeout.
That's 2 all-world defenders right there. So we're living with that shot. And, it was just being down 6 points, whatever. There's a little self-doubt that creeps in.
Mm-hmm.
But when you see that you have Steph Curry, DeMarcus, myself, Andre, we've done this before. And that's how we remind ourselves that and had a great end of the game on a great run.
Yeah.
Klay, you talked about this core group, been through so many games, playoff experience, and y'all seen it all. But talk to me about DeMarcus Cousins. He's battled through injury for the last 2 years, hasn't been in a lot of big-time playoff games. The performance he had after coming off 2 bad performances in Oakland, it says a lot about DeMarcus and what he brought to you guys
100%.
when KD went down.
He's such a load in the paint. He just wears on them, especially when he gets those big old boards. That was a tough goaltending call. I thought he timed that perfectly. And
we did too.
Yeah, and you see his skill around the rim, man. He's such a great finisher. We kind of missed this last few years, so it's nice to have big fella back. And then for a 6'11", 280-pounder to shoot a 3 like that, it's unbelievable. When he's healthy, most skilled big man in the game, But although he hasn't been in a lot of playoff games, I've been in 2 gold medal games with him. So I've seen him at the highest level, and I've seen him dominate. So you just remind him of that. It's just basketball, what he's been doing his whole life.
So, Klay, here's the question that I think we all was marveling at. How do you and Steph get open on the three-point line? Because everyone comes in, the game plan is to stop you from shooting threes. But somehow you two find a way to get open, wide open, in crucial situations. What's your technique and what's your strategy around getting open at the three-point line?
Man, you got to use your big men. Draymond, DeMarcus, Bogut, they set menacing screens. And this team plays a big lineup, so we know if they're going to set a down screen, it's going to be Marcus Gasol, Ibaka, Siakam, one of those big guys closing out on us, and we already got advantage. Either shoot the ball, pump fake, go by him, make the play for the next man, and keep moving. I mean, you see it with Steph. He's so good at giving it up and getting right back and just relocating the three-point line. And I've learned from him the same thing. And when we just have the floor space, we're running around, we're off these big guys, that's when you see the ball zipping around and you see great shots.
Hey, one more on KD before we let you go. I don't know if you saw it or not or have heard about it. Bob Myers had a very emotional press conference a few minutes ago, basically in tears talking about Kevin Durant. And he said, if you want to blame somebody, blame me. There's been a lot of discussion over the last few days about what you as teammates knew or didn't know and whether you were frustrated about the whole process. From where you sit, how was the decision-making and the recovery and the flow of information handled?
It was handled well. I don't think none of us were frustrated at Kevin. It just sucks being out here without your best player. So we've seen a lot of teams like this the past few years. So we got a taste of it ourselves. So it hurts just knowing that we know we're a better team, but we're not healthy. And I just feel so bad because we were all so jacked up for him to come tonight. He gave us a whole new energy. And for this to happen just really sucks, man. It's so deflating. But I know Kevin. I know he's a competitor, and he's a true professional. Basketball is first and foremost in his life. He's going to come back stronger. I know he is. He's still got so much good basketball left in him. But this just really sucks, man. It's really hard. There's no happiness in this moment, honestly. It just sucks.
It's remarkable that you guys as a group were able to overcome it tonight and extend this series. One more game in Oracle. As you said, Oakland deserves one more. They're going to get one more on Thursday night.
Show.
Appreciate you stopping by.
No problem.
Klay Thompson with 26 in the Game 5. Win Warriors live to fight at least one more game here in the 2019 Finals. We'll hear from his splash mate, Steph Curry, next.
First question over here on the fourth row.
Steph, to your left. Paulo Antunes, ESPN. You guys just had one of the guttiest wins in recent memory here in the finals. Yeah, nobody's really celebrating. Can you just speak to like the family connection that you guys have? It was striking to see Bob Myers and Klay Thompson and Steve Kerr feeling so somber after such a great win. Can you speak to that, please?
Everybody gets so wrapped up in chasing championships and the greatness that you see on the floor, but life is more important in terms of caring about an individual and what they're going through on a daily basis. And you see the commitment and the challenges and just what's been thrown at KD this whole year, really. And he gave us what he had. He went out there and sacrificed his body, and we know how it turned out. So a part of our mentality and the experiences, the shared experiences that we have as a team and what we've all been through, that's way more important than anything that happens out there, long term, anything that happens on the court. And I just feel so bad for him, to be honest. Nobody should have to go through something like that, especially with this stage that we have.
Third row in the back.
Steph, Jonathan Cho with DTV. What did you say to KD after the injury, and what did he say to you?
Honestly, I don't know. It was kind of an emotional moment all the way around. Something told me just to go back there, and I really don't know what I said or what he said. It's just sucks, man. I don't really know what else to say about it. So That's it.
Ramona in the back.
Steph, Ramona Shelburne, ESPN. Bob Myers was in here, and he said the people that questioned whether he wanted to get back were wrong. Kevin is one of the most misunderstood people. He's a good teammate, and I'm lucky to know him. What do you think Bob means when he says he's one of the most misunderstood people?
When you are on this level of greatness and everybody's kind of poking and prodding, trying to, narrate your story and tell you who you are, who you should be, what decisions you should make constantly over and over and over again. It's part of, what comes with this territory, but it's just when you get to know somebody and see how genuine they are and how committed they are just to playing basketball and having fun and living life a certain way, you root for those type of guys. And like you said, whatever his outward appearance is or whatever he says to the media or whatever, like, at the end of the day, the people that know him know what type of guy he is and, how special of an individual he is. So all those emotions come into it when you see him go down like that, where he's giving us everything he has. And it's not even about, the series. It's about long term. His mindset and being able to get back to the player and the person that he's shown, consistently over the course of his career.
Chris, standing up.